Posse cut right here, man. Sean Watts on the track. Zeus, Don One, Rude Boy, Quill, The Gift, and yours truly, Fred Knoxxx. I'm 1 in a million with $1 million flow. Fred DiBiase got the power in it though. If it's a problem, let me know, or I suggest you let it go. Cause it ain't worth the problems that'll be knocking at your door, homie. Please don't make me hurt you. Disrespect the boss, ain't treated like Virgil. Cause when I write raps, it's beyond your price tag. He's a waste of man.
And welcome to this jam-packed edition of Around Da Bloxxx Wrestling Show. I am your host, backstage only is supposed to say, but I'm your host, Mike Knoxxx. And indeed, I spelled my name with 3 X's because like the other 3 gentlemen on the show today, we all equal some form of being hardcore, whether it's gaming, whether it's the drinking, whether it's your mama's favorite position. It don't matter. We are hardcore. And as always, I got my right-hand man. Y'all know who he is. Big Kips in the chat. What's going on, Dycez-Man?
I am him, Dembella. Give me the power, I beg of you. What up, everybody? It's your boy, the almighty Dycez-Man, a.k.a. Big Champ in the chat. Kith for those not in the know, a.k.a. Mr. Everything Plus One, a.k.a. Yo mama's favorite daddy. Oh, and today, a.k.a. the district attorney for the state of pro wrestling. I'm back. Gotta defend this shit.
Well, I'm mad. That was only 5.
That was only 5? Damn.
And I'm like, hustle man, I had 4 up, but I was counting in the back of my head how many exactly it was. And I'm joined also today by the executive consultant here on UPR and the networks. What's going on, Chris?
I'm trying to think of a catchy phrase. I mean, I heard Chucky a few minutes ago, but let me think. Cadabra. I don't know. I don't have anything. But I'm here once again, guest starring on this episode. I gotta come up with a catchphrase. That was great. Chucky. He pulled out Chucky, man. He pulled out Chucky.
Love
a
Chucky.
Toy doll with a toy belt. This is amazing. All right,
not only a toy doll with a toy boy, but one who will call you all kind of MFers and C words and murder you and stab you repeatedly. I watch Scream. I don't know who stabs more.
Unless
people in Scream
unless you're on the USA Network. Unless you're on the USA Network. You can't use MFers.
And we're also joined by Mr. Bad Guy Jack himself. What's going on, Jack?
You know, it's been a while. I've been saying for a while, like, man, I really want to be on Around Da Bloxxx, and that's finally happening. And then I'm overshadowed by that hell of an introduction that Z did. He has the belt, he has the catchphrase, and I was going to say, oh, look, I have a pen, and then I see the executive consultant have a pen. So I have nothing, but I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be here and talk wrestling.
Well, Jack,
I do have one question for you.
Are
you ready?
Are you ready?
No! I said, are you ready?
Oh my God, I was expecting Run DMC, but okay, fine. Oh, we're doing this. All right, cool. We're doing that. We're doing this thing with the finger.
Be the one.
You can't even see my finger because the thing cut it off.
That's enough before they kick us off. Now, listen, this is a
famous for that. Once a week. I know
they will get me at least once a week. But like I was going to say to you, Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack just keep drinking with me so he can get lit. How about that? I'm not a rapper, so I brought that from somewhere. Z might have said that when he was in his rapping days. But moving forward, what's going on today, fellas? Thank you guys for all joining me today. I appreciate this. Today, as always, I do this every year, guys. You guys who've been following me for almost 3,000 episodes on BDSR Network, I dedicate this to my mama, Mama Knoxxx. 12 years ago today, she has passed. So today, the strength of Dembella give me the strength to make this an entertaining and wise show. Because the one thing y'all should know for sure is that I do not like baloney.
Baloney sucks.
Baloney. He won't know. He doesn't stand for baloney.
And there's a lot of baloney out there in the streets that has been going on. So I ain't gonna lie to you, Dice. I want to open up with the court of public opinion because that's where the state of wrestling is. And we do this thing, the state of professional wrestling. You got, I'm gonna call you guys out. I'm going to call you guys out because I can do that. It is from one black show to another black show. So I hope you guys have some interstiticular fortitude and can take this as constructive criticism. So, Job and Tears Network, please, this goes to you. WIE, this goes to you. Black Wrestling Network, this goes to you. I just don't know why y'all continue to bitch about things that happen in the WWE. But when it comes to AEW, who we have proven, whether some have agreed or not agreed, but the majority has proven there's a diversity issue in that company. You want to complain how Bobby Lashley won? You want to complain that Sasha Banks didn't win the Rumble? You want to complain about everything except for how good the show really was. But I'm going to set up now and sit back. And frankly, the floor is yours, Dycez-Man. Shall there be a court of public opinion, please? Shall there be a court of public opinion?
Yep, we here. We here.
There was a bell ring.
Oh shit! I lost my mallet already. Damn. I just got a stick now. I lost my. Damn. Anyway, we're gonna start at the very first match. WWE came out swinging very hard for the Rumble, and y'all mad that Seth Rollins lost. The tribal chief is in God mode. Send his ass to God. He's in God mode right now. And you really thought that Seth Rollins was going to win. And you got mad because he didn't win. Why? 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 Any logical fan knows that the storyline of the bloodline is strictly that. Everybody is a bump in the road until Rocky comes back.
Blood versus blood. Blood versus blood.
Blood versus blood. Everybody knows that. So why y'all bitching? Y'all know what y'all want. Y'all want Rock versus Roman. You've been calling for the shit. You've been calling for the shit for years. Now when this man is in God mode, you try to act like Roman, he got to be beat now. Nah. Nah. The man said God mode.
Mm-hmm.
What? The fact that you are bitching about the way that Seth lost, it still made him look strong. So what are you bitching for? That doesn't take away from his character. It doesn't take away from his chances that he's going to get, because he's going to use that to get back in the title picture. But no, y'all don't think about that. Y'all don't think about that. Go ahead.
Well, I thought you had a little bit more than that. That just means you want.
Oh, I do. I just wanted to see if y'all wanted to add on to that before we go into the next one.
Derek, I have been called by a friend of the program, Suge Knoxxx, repeatedly. I don't mean to sound this way, but this has been my gripe for 13 years of doing radio, doing podcasts, doing whatever the hell it is you guys are watching and listening to right now, which is available on every single podcast network there is, because if you have a podcast network, so does BDSR Network. Oh, I'm sorry, are you on Sirius XM? And Sirius XM, guess what? They have iHeartRadio Station. Guess who's now on iHeartRadio Station? Oh, not now, but has always been there before you guys even knew what iHeartRadio was. Check out UPR Wrestling, Mike Knoxxx, and the BDSR Networks. Anyway, my point is this, and why I tried to stay away today. Today's a heavy day. It's like having a fat girl sit on your face, and you're trying to be nice towards her so she can enjoy it. But at the same time, as you got dewdrop sitting there, you just go, "Mama, I can't breathe," and you got to pull her off. Okay, and that's how I feel about wrestling fans, right? It's like you sit there and you get smothered like gravy and pork chops or whatever it is you eat that you smother things with. And you just refuse to enjoy professional wrestling and how it is constructed by said companies. I seen over the weekend or before the weekend last week, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was last week. It was last week. Was it WC show where, woo I suck bro had the freaking GCW show, and you guys went crazy over that show, right? And it's like the wrestling world. It's like the wrestling world walked into this whole thing about let's just whatever they do, we're not going to like, right? If they do this, we're not going to like it. And that's the acknowledgement I didn't want to get. But Derek says sometimes you just got to acknowledge the bullshit. And so we're here tonight to acknowledge the bullshit. How about this? We watch from afar, but the executive consultant, you was there. Your thoughts of the Royal Rumble? You're muted, by the way.
You gotta mute yourself, sir.
Unmute yourself, sir.
I didn't mute myself. I wanted to make sure I didn't interrupt the great Mike Knoxxx telling anybody about the sales. I also didn't want to interrupt Z, going into such a great defense. Get him, Mike, get him, Z. We're not the same as them. But I had a great time. I enjoyed the Royal Rumble. Was it the best of all time? No, but it was my first Royal Rumble, so it's going to hold a special place in my heart. I really loved the Women's Royal Rumble. I thought the Women's Royal Rumble was very well done. Was the Men's Royal Rumble the best? No, it wasn't the best, but it did what it had to do. If you watch the show, you watch me in it, I say that phrase a lot. It did what it had to do. When they made the decision that Brock Lesnar was winning this thing, there was no other way to do it. He was going to come in, he was going to eliminate a whole bunch of mofos like he did the 2 years ago when he eliminated 13 people straight. Went in there, eliminated them, get them over. We all predicted it. We all knew what was going to happen, but there was no other way to get there. If you want somebody else there, it's not going to work the same. One of the things that I've seen, and I'm going to wrap this up and send it over to Mad Guy Jack, but one of the things that I've seen is people mention it like this. Thank you. That's what I say. You have 2 WrestleMania nights. 90,000 people, both nights is what they're hoping for, right? You need your biggest box office attractions to headline the show. Who are your big box office attraction? Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and the returning Ronda Rousey. A lot of R's. Returning Ronda Rousey going up against what Roman Reigns said a couple weeks ago himself. If I wanted to wrestle a megastar, I wouldn't even choose you. I'd choose your wife, that being Becky Lynch. He thinks it's going to be Charlotte Flair. Possibility. I changed my mind. Those are the reasons why these are your main events. Because you, wrestling fan, despite what you may think that you want to Liv Morgan, but are you buying that ticket to go to Dallas, stay in a hotel, go to those events to see Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch? No, you're not. No. But you will buy it for Ronda Rousey. You know who else is going to buy it? That person who only knows Ronda Rousey and says that, hey, I'm going to go. That person said, oh, it's WrestleMania? Who's on the card? Ronda Rousey, Brock Lesnar. Bet, I'm there. I did not go crazy for Happy Corbin. I enjoyed the music, okay? The music is catchy.
Wait, you actually like that Pitbull music?
It's good, it's catchy, and he comes out, he's all happy, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like Happy Harris. Bad Guy Jack, what you got?
So I got to see the Royal Rumble Saturday, had some friends over, and it was a good time. I had a great time. So, and I stay away from like wrestling Twitter because it seems very toxic. So, and I like to, very toxic. So I like to keep my blood pressure a certain way. And when I was hearing the men's battle of Royal Rumble was bad, I was like, well, it's not my favorite, but I don't think it was the worst. I kept hearing everyone say it was so bad. I was listening to a podcast earlier, and he was like, it was so boring. It was so bad. Like, once again, not my favorite, not going to be a top 5, but I still enjoyed it because Royal Rumble season is always a good time, always a great time, always have a blast. And I laughed at it. I laughed at everyone who even thought Seth. I was hearing a lot like, Seth stands a chance. Seth's like, really? We're going to have Roman drop the title at Royal Rumble to Seth Rollins, this guy who's already, 500 plus days. Yeah, God mode. You got to make sure that G is a big time capital. So I'm sitting there going, I just didn't see Seth Rollins being the guy. I didn't know how they were going to have the finish. I wasn't sure if Roman pins him clean or pins him. But I said, Roman ain't dropping his title. He's probably dropping that title after. He's dropping that title at Mania or somewhere after. Personally, for me, I would love if he keeps going with the belt. But if there's any other time, it'd be Mania. So, talking about Royal Rumble, I thought it was an okay show. It was fine. It did, and what some of you guys were all saying about Brock Lesnar being in the Royal Rumble, I was talking to a friend, right? It's hard to believe I have these things, right? And as we're talking, he was like, yeah, I see Brock retaining, and then I guess him and Roman go for the title, like title for title. I'm like, nah, they're not trying to do that at all. They're not trying to do that. They're trying to, because you still got Survivor Series. So what are they gonna do? Have this guy with
Elimination Chamber?
No, Survivor.
Oh, you're talking about
Chamber is next.
Okay,
but Survivor Series is where the champions go against each other. So the Raw champion against.
You meant that way. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, I didn't see that being a possibility. That's what I was trying to get at. So.
No, I'm sorry. And to go with Chris's point, he was talking about the biggest thing out there. I do see that it's Charlotte. Big time Bex versus Ronda. right? I think they're going to tease them both for a month. Why not? You need to tease them both for a month. You need to tease maybe a rematch, even that triple threat match. But what I do know, I think will happen. What I do know, I know what happened. Doesn't make any sense. It's an oxymoron if you were to speak, but I can do that because it's my show. And if you don't like it, listen anyway. You're going to get Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar, and Roman Reigns. You did not get it at WrestleMania 32. I said this on Saturday in the post show. You're going to get this then and there.
You are?
The comment. I think that, I mean, you can't just eliminate Seth from this. Seth doesn't just get put to the side. Brock has history with Seth because he interfered in his match. Roman has history with Seth because he took the match and what they're doing now, right? The symbolism between the Shield and that beat down with the chair, all that stuff makes sense. If you're reading this, share, like, comment, hit the sub button. All right, Scott Malone, good plug right there. And then Derek Mitchell, big fans are, like, I don't have my glasses, guys, help me. Wrestling fans aren't different than most people complaining about. We can't hear nothing you saying there.
He's muted.
Again.
Wrestling fans aren't different than most people complaining about little and everything, good or indifferent. There are always people complaining. If you're at church, people complain the bishop gets the first piece of chicken before everyone eats. Shout out to Roman Reigns. Fans are never satisfied and constantly are whiners.
Well, he ain't never lied there. You get the Seth Rollins on that one. But I think, honestly, most people should just go ahead and just
Delete
all their social media. Just delete your accounts.
Delete.
You don't know what wrestling is about, how it's supposed to be. And if you got another shots, I'm going to get drunk doing the show. Fuck, if I'm here, I'm going to get drunk doing it. Shout to Mama Knoxxx.
We're not playing 2K tonight. God damn.
Probably not. Okay, did I come back last night? Shit, my Xbox has been on still. When was you going to text me and tell me, Mike, your Xbox is still on?
I was streaming till like 3 in the morning playing 2K.
Okay, well, I saw you take that L against the Mavericks, by the way. And I only brought it up because people who stream normally don't keep their streams up when they take a loss. And you took that like a man.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty damn cool.
What's a loss? I
take
never
all
take
my
one.
Oh, what's
Roman
a loss? Well,
can't be
when you two come for us two and 2K22, then we can
You'll
talk.
understand.
In
why we
WWE,
the ones.
Oh,
WWE
You'll understand
2K?
why we the ones.
Are you kidding me?
Did we
Are
stutter?
you kidding me?
You can't even get past the royal kingdom of the children.
This is what happened. I'll let you get Roman and Seth Rollins, and we'll just get the Usos, and I'll beat you single-handedly. That's how bad I will beat you. Like, don't challenge me in 2K. In WWE 2K. I'm
James
ranked.
Franco?
Don't do that.
James Franco gift?
No. I am not. No.
What?
I'm Roger Howard. I'm Roger Howard's gift. Only
Okay.
Mike should get that. But
Yeah, but that went right over my head.
Charmaine had a lot to say.
Oh my god.
doesn't she always?
Well, go ahead.
Oh, that's for you.
I read this. Matt Riddle was originally planned to be the winner of the WWE Royal Rumble. According to Mike Johnson of PWI Insider.com, Brock Lesnar was not the original planned winner of the 2022 Men's WWE Royal Rumble match. Johnson noted that it was actually Matt Riddle who was initially going to win the match. Johnson wrote the following quote: "Plans were changed over the course of the week. A ton of times with the final decision to have Brock Lesnar enter and win as a surprise. At one point, I got cut off because I put too much in there and I ran out of character." Charmaine, learn to condense, sweetheart. Learn to condense.
I'm going to say is this to that. And when I first saw this, I still call fake news. And let me just say this to wrestling fans.
Tell them.
Winners and losers are discussed until the day they walk through the gorilla. And sometimes, even while during the matches are going on, that's the business.
100%.
So whether this is true or not true, I'm going to still use the same thing. Hashtag the dirt sheets. It doesn't change the narrative of what happened. Because if Matt Riddle would have won, we still would have had you guys out there complaining and bitching and crying and moaning when there wasn't no sex going on.
No one could have won without somebody complaining about it.
No one could have won without someone going on.
Drew could have won. You would have complained. Riddle could have won. Orton could have won. You would have complained. Bobby could have came out. You would have complained. Seth could have came out. You would have complained. The Rock himself could have. Now I will say this: AJ got eliminated, and a lot of fans were upset. Now I was arguing all night. I don't see why anybody wanted or thought AJ Styles was going to win. He's not main eventing WrestleMania this year.
That's the one thing that that all of these people that complain, they never think about the storyline of the main people who
nobody
win
come to see you,
the
Vaughn.
Rumble. Like, let's think like Batista came back and won the Rumble, right?
Yeah.
There was an underlying storyline with that. So if you think about it, right?
Good point.
The favorite is always the person that has some sort of underlying storyline with the current champ. Always. Always. How do you not understand this? But for some reason, there is somebody that thinks that Riddle was going to fucking win.
I know.
Why? I'm an AJ guy.
I don't see Riddle winning.
I don't know. AJ was going to win.
I say this.
There's no point in him winning.
But I say this, and you know, and you.
It would just be random for random.
But what do I say all the time? I don't care, right? I would say off air, I don't really care. If Riddle wins, I might be like everybody else and go. I wouldn't bitch like the fans bitch, but I would question where they're going with this because they haven't shown me this. And I know people are saying it and writing it and put it down. And again, this is the show for the intelligent wrestling fan. I've been saying for a while that whether it was Bobby, whoever one of those three, the Rumble was bullshit. We seen this shit from a mile away.
Which one do you think that was? Who do you think that was?
I don't know. So many people run the network. Is that Steve?
It's either going to be Steve or Willie.
Okay. I put that because I mean, I would question to me, other than the person you want to win, says wrestling fans. He gave it a 4 out of 5. Okay. Says wrestling fans.
To me. 2019.
To me, but here's the thing. The person didn't win that you wanted to win or thought would win makes it a bad Rumble. Because we all sit here, I think we all can agree that the women's Royal Rumble was the best. To me, action-wise, it was the worst women's Royal Rumble out of the 3 that I've seen. They did absolutely nothing in the ring. They did nothing in the ring.
It was the 5th one.
4, my bad, whatever. This is the worst one I've seen between them. I watched them multiple times stand around, and when people came to the ring, literally move out. They were fighting in just the backside of the ring the entire Rumble. So I don't see Melina is fucking hot. Yeah. Well, the young Melina for me.
She was throwing that ass, boy. She was throwing that thing too. Boy.
She was also throwing herself over the rope. She did not do well in that.
Can I say this?
Neither did Kofi.
No one with any conviction. Yep. Michael Smith, whoever you are writing for UPR when we're on UPR, which makes no sense. Get on your own Facebook page so we know who the hell you are. Okay? Really, honestly, in their fucking hearts thought Bobby was winning that title. I don't give a fuck who you are. And I am one of the people that I can say I lead the black revolution of black wrestlers and try to be fair about it. Wanted it to happen, but thought, and why when he won, why I didn't think that fans deserved anything was he still beat Brock Lesnar. I said this before. The win-loss ratio against Brock Lesnar is very fucking small. You can't count it on 2 hands. You can't. There's not these many people who have beat Brock Lesnar. So the fact that Bobby's on there and that not only is he the first ever 2-time black champion, African-American champion ever, we're going to complain and bitch about that too? It just didn't make any sense to me. And that men's battle royal, so what is predictable? Was Shawn Michaels coming in at 1 and winning it and going on and winning WrestleMania? Was that not predictable? When he went against Bret Hart in the Iron, was that wrestling is fucking predictable? Watch this. Oh, watch this. I bet he kick him.
But you know what else too? I don't mean to cut you off, but you know what else too? Predictability, is that bad? No. Is that so fucking bad? Like, I always laugh because, like, oh, that's so predictable, right? But half the times when I predict something, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Okay, we're going in that direction. That's fine. I don't know. I think fans should just, like, because
we knew Thanos was going to get all the Infinity Rings.
7.
We knew he was going to get the rings.
Gems.
How did we get there? Yeah, that's
exactly.
Keep me entertained.
Movies are predictable, and that never stopped people from going
it never stops people from watching them.
The story and the excitement is in the chase, but I want to piggyback on something Mike said. Mike said, no one, right? That brings you up on a joke. No one. Charmaine. Ron, do you play amongst us? Because apparently that has everything to do with what the hell we're talking about right now. Charmaine, you're killing me. You are killing me, and I just want to shout that out.
And by the way, no, I do not.
Movies. What do you put? Kurt Angle, Triple H, Undertaker, Goldberg, Seth Rollins defeated Brock Lesnar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
And out of all those names, only 3 people have beaten him twice. I think
and listen, and out of those names,
Goldberg.
Big Show.
When you actually Big Show. But hold on. Drew McIntyre pinned Brock Lesnar?
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre pinned Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, okay. Okay, but look at this. When you put Seth Rollins, there's an asterisk. If you want to be real about it, it was a 2-way match that he inserted himself into a triple threat match.
He also beat him at WrestleMania 35, and he beat him at SummerSlam 2019.
Yep.
Okay. Either way, the list is still how many?
It's 11.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, they don't count
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
That was 7.
Okay, this is a 9.
And then
9.
someone else was mentioning Eddie Guerrero. I don't think Eddie Guerrero was.
Eddie Guerrero was, yes, that's true. 10
Yeah, he
people.
did beat him for the
Yeah.
title. Either way, my fucking point is this.
It's
They-
a small
I'm gonna
collection of
find
people
somebody
has
else
done
too.
it.
I'm gonna
They
find
A
wasn't
small
black.
collection of people has
who
beaten.
wasn't black?
that has to be Willie.
Who wasn't black?
That has
Willie, if
to
you
be
got a
Willie.
good connection, I encourage you to please
Don't do
step
that.
up to the stage.
He can't show up for his own show.
Don't do
Okay?
that.
I said
Don't
what
do
I
that.
said.
Don't embarrass that man like that.
All right. I'm just looking forward to the rematch between Lashley and Lesnar. Maybe SummerSlam this year. I'm hoping. I say good luck with that rematch.
They might
With that
even-
rematch.
Lashley was rewarded for getting Goldberg through a good match at Saudi pay-per-view.
It is Willie. They said send him the link.
It's actually 2 hands, Micah.
I can't send you the link, Willie, unless you tell me you're stationary at home, not on the bus, not on the train. And
Well, you know,
He's
when you
at
get-
a restaurant.
He's at the bodega. He's talking about.
see,
He's at the
if
bodega.
you had Spectrum, you would have 500,000 hot spots. Those who are looking for Spectrum, give me a DM. Hook you up.
So, I wanted to say something because
It's in a movie theater.
someone just mentioned like they can't wait to get the rematch between Brock and
Yeah,
Bobby,
Mike
right?
Smith. Yeah.
And I'm saying this because what if Brock wins the championship at Mania, right? Bobby holds that title till November, Survivor Series. I keep saying Survivor Series because once again, that's where you have your champions against champion. Maybe you do that rematch there. Maybe you have them
I agree.
You have them redo that again because I don't know if this is going to be a one-off. Like I think the thing was let's get the title. I was telling people a lot. I was telling people Brock won that title. It was a detour to make you think, oh right, he's going for the championship. Forget about Roman. And we're going to get back to that story with him and Roman. They're going to finish it. But I don't think the story between Bobby and Brock is done. I just don't think it's done.
The only negative I have from that match, and I've said this Saturday, if those who didn't watch the Saturday show, is I truly hated the way that I actually thought the finish was one of the best finish I've ever seen in professional wrestling history. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because the finish went with the rest of the story where he choked him out. That meant I'm frustrated with your ass. Fuck that. I'm just gonna take man's in my own hand.
Roman
Forget a
and
match.
Seth.
I choked you out. And then he beat his ass with the chair, the same way that Seth beat him with the chair. And it also gave me Rock Mankind vibes as well. It all made perfect sense. Now,
Right.
I'm going to say this. I'm a fan of AEW. We're going to talk about that today as well, okay? I love this match, but remember, Dice pointed out, oh, y'all want to cheer a match that had the time ran out? They had that twice, where time ran out in matches. But you can't understand this ending that clearly has a more the storyline to go with it. That's when you say wrestling fans are what Daniel Bryan said, Jordan. That's fickle. You like what you want, when you want, how you want to like it, but you don't follow. You don't. Well, they're just liars.
Not only are you a
You're lying.
grandstander, a showboat, and a prima donna, but you're a liar too.
Yeah, that's just what it is. So more hate from the Rumble Dice that you keep seeing out there because this is. It actually kind of fueled me to be here today. I wasn't gonna be there. I've been realizing I was on my phone all day. Talking to people I normally don't talk to. And again, I don't even know why I do this. It's like you said about the people who don't have no faces on the Twitter, right? It's like, if you got less than 200 fucking followers, why am I responding to you? I don't what am I doing responding to you if you have nothing? If you're friends of mine on Facebook and YouTube, that's completely different. But if we're on Twitter, I don't follow everybody on Twitter. No offense. I don't need to. We know each other other ways. Okay? But for that Twitter audience and you got less than 200 followers, I appreciate you listening. Thank you. It's only comedy. But why am I responding to you? I don't get that. When I don't know you, why am I responding? Dice, the hate continues?
The hate continues. I mean, we've pretty much been stumbling across it for the past 15 minutes, so it is what it is. But I just wanted to point out, right? When Orton won the Rumble.
I'm sorry, whoever put that comment on the screen again, if he calls me out of my name one more time and somebody puts on the screen, I'm gonna kick you from the show. It's Mike Knoxxx. Ask your auntie, your sister, your mama.
What?
Okay. 3 X's.
What just happened?
Ask your ex-girlfriend, your future girlfriend.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna get disrespectful in a second, including if you have a future daughter. She gonna be on this ride all night long.
Okay, all right. Back to the matter at hand. Remember when Orton won the Rumble? What was that? 3 years ago? 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
Whatever that was.
What
Right.
one? Oh, that was 2017.
Okay. And the big storyline was him playing into the hands of the Wyatt family, right? Yep. And I looked at my memories, and so many people were bitching and complaining. But in that Rumble, alone, there was so many storylines and so many directions they could have took Orton going against Wyatt, or he could have went somewhere else. Like he had interlocking storylines with everybody there, and they could have went in any direction. So my point is, just sit back, shut the fuck up, and enjoy the ride. This is supposed to be like the best wrestling programs that we're going to get for a good 3-month stretch from WWE. You've been complaining about all the shit for the past couple months. Now sit back and enjoy the shit. We got a bunch of middle-aged men and women's mad and butthurt over characters that are supposed to appeal to kids and teenagers because they're larger than life, but yet it's the grown-ass men that's out here, oh, WWE is shit. WWE is shit. You know who's not saying WWE is shit? That 12 to 14-year-old, that 10-year-old.
How about that hook?
They love it.
How about that hook? What a star. Oh, Hook's a star.
Hook's a star.
Not to mention Mike sits out bigger shits than fucking Hook himself.
No, goddamn Hook.
I took a bigger shit this morning.
I want to give a shout out real quick before we move on. I want to give a shout out to 2 people in this match who were stars in my eyes and highlights of my eyes in this match. One of which was a very popular wrestler. He kind of stole the show last year's WrestleMania. That's Bad Bunny, who took an F5 and got eliminated after hitting Canadian Destroyer. And the other person I want to shout out is Johnny Knoxville. Right?
Why?
Who went in there, hear me out. One of my biggest gripes with wrestling is when they bring in a celebrity and the celebrity beats up a wrestler. I hate that, right? Everybody loves it. You know, Mickey Rourke beating up Chris Jericho or Hugh Jackman knocking out Dolph Ziggler. Gotcha. They should not be able to come into a wrestling or a wrestler's world and be able to beat up a wrestler. I hate that. I think it's stupid.
I do hate that.
So when a celebrity goes in there, and I always reference the first person I really see do it, which was Ben Stiller, not Ben Stiller. I think it was Ben Stiller. I think I took a chair shot from Jeff Jarrett. Anyway, when they go in there, they get their bump and they take a bump. I appreciate that because now you're going in there and you're not making it look like I'm bigger and badder than you just because I might be more popular than you. And Bad Bunny definitely went in there and trained. And Johnny Knoxville, who, let's be real, is not exactly a young spring chicken, right?
No.
Is not a spring chicken. He went in there and he took like 3 or 4 bumps in a row before he get thrown out.
But you know,
I appreciate that, buddy.
I wanted to say the stuff with Johnny Knoxville though. Like that's cool that you mentioned all that stuff, but that all stems from all the jackass stuff that he done. I was learning.
True, but he still did it.
No, and it's a great.
He didn't have to. That's why I also like Logan Paul, who took his stunner last year. You know what I'm saying? He knew he was getting booed. And instead of just saying, Vince, I want to come up, and Vince would have let him do it because Vince always does.
Yeah.
He just said, no, I'm going to take a stunner.
It's funny you mentioned.
No, go ahead.
When he was mentioning these celebrity things, I think about Will Sasso, who used to be on Mad TV back in the 90s. And he had that match against Bret Hart in WCW. And he, what did he do? He pretty much, when Bret said, what do you want to do in this match? The guy just said, you're supposed to like kick my ass. Like, you're the wrestler. So I just wanted to throw that little tidbit out because I do so much celebrity.
And I left Derek's comments up there because I'm as old as you, Derek. And honestly, I don't remember nobody bitching and complaining about this. I'm being honest. You know why?
I don't either.
Because honestly, you wasn't born. In this
generation,
born
in '88.
Okay, again, you wasn't born. You wasn't born into wrestling at that point. You were born, but you wasn't born into wrestling at that point. You didn't watch it.
He's doing his wrong thing.
So my thing is this. That generation, we didn't bitch and complain about nothing. No one complained that if I love Superman and he was a Batman fan, no one was like Superman's ass.
I did.
You know what I'm saying? That because that's the generation you guys come from. You come from that. Let's complain about Apple and Android when they're making billions of dollars over all of us.
That's true.
Let's complain about Xbox and PlayStation when, if you're a real gamer, you have all of them, including the PC. Oh, I do.
For the record, Apple is trash, so I do think people should complain about that.
For the record, this is the people show.
Wow.
That's the record. That's the record.
Wow.
Continue to put up all the comments you want, please. Oh, you want to come back? I want you back. I want you here.
Yeah, we're going to act like we're going to act like.
In all fairness,
we're going to act like I wasn't going to come back.
But that doesn't defend the point I'm making. It's whether your opinion is valid or not valid. Why do we care? That's my when it comes. That's been my entire gripe with wrestling fans. Why do you care so much enough, right? When all you're going to do all you're gonna do is still go back. It's like you constantly go back to bad pussy.
Oh my God.
In the words of Issa Rae, not just everybody who's black, broken pussy. Broken pussy. With your broken pussy.
I love
and that's wrestling fans. No matter what you do, your pussy's broken. You're mad this didn't happen. You're mad that didn't happen. You're mad that was predictable. You're mad. I took a picture out of your book, Dice. It's you know, pour shut up for Mama Knoxxx. I did take a picture out of your book. I'm pouring another one. Okay, I needed you guys today. I needed this. Trying to keep me away. I cannot be contained.
This is true.
Well, let's move on. What's next on the docket?
I didn't even take my drink first.
I took mine immediately.
Said immediately.
Thank you. That's my boy, King Vaughn Jr. 720 on Twitter. Y'all make sure y'all follow that guy. He is my social media to the Ayatollahs and rock and rollers. Listen, I said,
boy, you gonna stop disrespecting me? I'm the Thanos of this shit. I got a whole shrine of Thanos. I am the apprentice of Thanos. You gonna put some respect on my name, Vaughn?
He doesn't know that. He doesn't know that. He doesn't know your love for it. If he's just commenting on what I said.
My bad, Vaughn. My bad.
Well, I think Vaughn responded and said, "You're Loki."
Disregard. Fuck out of here.
Listen, my last statement about the Royal Rumble, and that's like they say, calm down, is just frankly like you're still going to return. You're still going to go. You're still like you guys don't know this, but we're going to WrestleMania, and Executive Consultant knows this because he's like, I'm crazy for taking all these clothes, right? Dice knows this because he's been with me for WrestleMania trips. I'm already packing to go, and we're like 50 more days away. So I'm like in my closet, like over there for 4 days. That means 4 jackets must come. Then I'm like, well, by then I'm going to buy the new head of the table jacket. So that jacket replaces one of these jackets right here because that jacket's coming. So then I said,
my takes are illusions. My takes are illusions. The reason why Mr. Pyramid had asked me,
whoa, why you gotta call my government?
Hold on. Everybody knows who you are. Google you. You're Googleable. Like, come on now. Listen, the reason why this man asked me, a fan, a listener, to talk this shit and do a show with him is because I give you the real. I give it to you raw, like cocaine, Bolivia cocaine. You know what I'm saying? So come get you a line and
like
sniff.
Bolivia. Like, I'm new to Wu-Tang, y'all. I'm new to Wu-Tang.
I give you the takes that you need to hear, not the ones that everybody's gonna tickle you with. I give you the realness.
No
That's
Elmo.
What it is.
No tickle me Elmo. No Elmo.
They put some respect on the almighty God, man.
Very annoying.
So, other things. And Royal Rumble, listen, continue to comment, like, and everything below. We'll get them on air. And we're trying to stay on focus on what the show was about today. But that was the topic of the Royal Rumble fallout. Banks, Rhea Ripley not winning, people complaining about. Flair, I didn't bitch about Charlotte Flair not winning. Did one person hear me bitch about Charlotte Flair not winning?
But if I could bitch about Charlotte Flair, no.
Women's wrestler!
I don't know. She's not though, because
I'm all time.
You
hear me complain? You don't hear me complain?
He's got a
just win.
Why can't Charlotte take an L? Can somebody explain that to me?
He took an L.
No, she doesn't. When Charlotte takes, there's a difference between Charlotte taking an L and everybody else taking an L. Okay, when Brock Lesnar lost the WWE Heavyweight Championship of the world, he got hit with a belt and then he laid out in the ring for 5 minutes. Right? Charlotte gets thrown out. She got to land on her feet and say no, like she threw her own self out.
I'm sorry. With all due respect,
she does it every time.
You just complained about Brock Lesnar selling more than Charlotte Flair.
Why doesn't Charlotte sell? Why doesn't Charlotte ever sell? Why every time she, even when she loses the championship, have you ever noticed she never really just gets completely?
I remember you mentioning that before. I forgot what Rumble it was. But you know how like when they roll out the ring, and they will be on the floor for a long period of time. That was the only time I remember you mentioning something like that. You was like, she doesn't really make the other person look strong. Is that your beef?
She did that last year. She got eliminated by Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. And when she got eliminated, she landed on her knees and then she starts laughing at him. Like, why? Why couldn't you just get like thrown out and just be thrown out? Why?
I'm sorry,
2019,
who gets thrown out?
She was the runner-up.
Name me a superstar who's never been tossed out and just got tossed out and walked to the back. The top guy. Name me a top tier person who's been tossed out. Who?
Roman Reigns does it. John Cena's done it.
John Cena has never been tossed out of the ring and just goes and walks to the back. He goes.
Well, he's in a Royal Rumble. He does.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Show me the proof.
There we go.
Show me the proof. Show me the proof. You can't put it on the screen because we're gonna get blocked. So you can't do that.
Well, nobody knows anybody better than you, but I'm telling you, if you look at 2018, John Cena got
telling you that you're wrong.
So even in the Survivor Series match, John Cena got eliminated and walked to the back. Check it. You know my wrestling memory. Don't do that. I'm correct. Charlotte does not do it.
I disagree with you. I'm disagreeing with you because I think you're wrong. And B, I know you're wrong about the other superstars going out without complaining about it.
She doesn't like to lose. She never gets knocked out. Okay, she cannot look bad.
That's her character. She's the fucking queen.
She's the AAA SmackDown versus Raw 2007. She refuses to be part of the commercial when she's losing. Refuses.
You see the sign, right? It says, "Where's your receipts?"
This is a receipt. I'm never wrong.
Well, you're wrong right now.
Fact check me.
And the baddest woman on the planet, Ronda Rousey, eliminated Charlotte Flair. And listen, did I once complain or bitch about that?
That's better.
Because she's supposed to win that match. Why? Because because like executive when the show started and we're talking about WrestleMania and George wants to go. Hey, George, there's still time. Come hang out with the crew. Okay? Come hang out with the crew. All right? And sorry, Charmaine, he's not right. Again, if you agree with him, then where's your proof? I can guarantee you. Now, and here's my thing. I'm asking for proof of. I'm not asking for proof of Charlotte going or losing a match and taking it gracefully. I'm not saying that. To me, that's her character. Again, as a wrestling fan, I don't care. Anybody ever watch Remember the Titans? When she was like, Cheryl, and there go to linebacker, and Cheryl, there go to DB, and she was like, Cheryl, I don't care. That's me with wrestling. Why do you guys care so much? Okay, and in second, I know for a fact, not the part I can disagree or agree about Charlotte Flair, there has not been a single top superstar from Bret Hart to Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold and The Rock included that's been eliminated for a Royal Rumble and just walked to the fucking back without saying something about the person that threw them over the top rope. Where's the proof? You look it up on YouTube? Okay, well, listen. 2 tears in a bucket, motherfuck it. Okay?
Wait, what?
He always does that shit. Every fucking time. That's what he does.
Step to the stage. Okay?
I like this name. Shout out to it. We are VR and stuff. With that.
Yeah, you know what? Oh, shout out to them. That's what's up. Followers and followers. What is it? Dice, what are you watching back there?
Good job, Z.
I see some ice backstage. I'm watching this. We're going to see this in momentarily. It's going in like bit rate, right? So we're watching this actively right now. Huh?
It's screen sharing.
It's okay. Whatever. We're watching it. Boom.
John Cena's
on the mat. And by the way, just even mention this, if I am wrong about Cena, it's Cena.
I don't understand.
I'm just
saying.
Is the difference?
He's just protecting himself.
It's just Cena.
Protecting himself.
That's what Cena does. Everybody's not John Cena. Okay. Still watching. Where's the cameras on him the way they were on Sasha Banks when Bianca Belair? No, where's the hit? No, not them, not WWE. Where's the cameras from people like, oh, look at John smiling. Look at John complaining. Look at John bitching.
There he's walking to the back. He's walking.
I'm walking, but where's that's their footage. That's their footage. Where is the raw footage that people complain and talk about?
That's not what you asked for. That is not what you asked for.
I asked for proof, and that's WWE's proof. Don't we know they are the narrative?
All right. Move on. Because we're at 43. We said we had a hard cutoff time. Come on, let's go. I agree. Stop watching challenges. Bullshit. But let's go ahead to the next one.
We got another 45, fellas.
Stop watching challenges. What the hell does that have to do with anything? There.
Stop watching the challenge.
Stop watching the challenge. Care so much. Okay, I don't get what the fuck that even means.
That man watch more TV than anybody I can name.
Thank you.
He does actually. He really does.
It's too much TV. It's too much.
UPRE goes like this. Our entertainment chat room goes like this. No one. Mike comes out. We should do One Tree Hill. I'm like, what the fuck did that come from? One Tree Hill. That's exactly what I said. I said One Tree Hill. Like what? Like,
and
who thinks of that? One Tree Hill.
All, I thought of it because that's friend of the program, co-hostess with us, Shay's favorite show of all time.
What's that got to do with me?
Well, then if the shoe don't fit, we must have quit. Did I just say that?
I thought it was a glove.
You like having some kind of.
So we're just doing shows for people got their favorite shows of all time now.
First of all, don't put me with the who, because I'm fucking who. Don't fucking who me. I'm not a fucking who. Okay? Why am I not a fucking who? Because I got more fucking social media followers than all you motherfuckers combined. So don't fucking who me.
What did I do?
Here we
I
go.
was just invited.
No. Hey, on your sound system thing, do you have a sound of applause? Because you just want to hear it right now. All right, let's move on and not worry about how many social media friends or followers you have, because you backtrack so much shit tonight, right? I say this, I make a point.
I'm just saying. So moving on.
Who cares about
this Wednesday night? This Wednesday night, as always, AEW's gonna sell out Chicago. Oh my God! No one's bitching about that.
After you get technicianed in.
Okay, they're back in Chicago because AEW knows where to go. They know where to go with the crowd. They knew how to get the crowd to like them. I don't knock it necessarily. I don't knock it at all. But in this crazy world of wrestling fickleness that we live in, Dycez made me think they don't ever go to fucking like Des Moines, Iowa. When the last time AEW was in St. Louis?
I don't think ever.
So I don't understand why they would do, but
okay.
Let me
well,
check.
You were just there. I mean, I hate the Cardinals, so I'm from Chicago, so fuck St. Louis and everybody who rode in the bus on them. You know, if you leave it, hey, you're friends of mine. If you stay there, sorry, you can still be a friend of mine. You just live in a very fucked up city.
November 5th.
Okay. Was it sold out? Or was that one of the one that had all the tarp everywhere?
Probably. It was at some place I never heard of, the Chiefs.
Okay, Arena. Exactly. You go to a crowd, you go to a stadium nobody knows about. Mike, can I be a guest on your show next? If you're at home and under good internet, we will welcome that, Charmaine.
Notice when Mike asked Willie that, Willie disappeared. Willie has not made a comment since.
He actually said he was at home and then never responded again after that.
That sounds like a Willie.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, oh yeah, I'll be on. Or Stefan, no one. That's the
right.
That's
So,
the joke.
But anyway, Chicago AEW. This has been a match they have been building between MJF. To me, the biggest heel in wrestling. Right? Why I see the biggest heel in wrestling? Because you love Roman.
Arguably.
Right? But you love Roman.
They didn't love him on Saturday.
Huh?
They didn't love him on Saturday. But you're right.
Well, when Seth comes out with the shield shit, it was kind of hard. But I still think that crowd, when he put them hands up, that crowd all went once.
That's true, but they did boo hell out of him.
And I saw that. And that was the first time he has been booed
in a while.
Since he's been in a long time. Yeah. In a very long time.
Normally all you have to do is say the city name and then
yeah. So, but MJF has gone toe-to-toe to me, verbally, some of the most. This has been the best thing CM Punk has done in quite some time. And it took the biggest on the game, MJF, to do that. Now, I do think they could have done without some of the, the words they used to go back and forth. But overall, I've been entertained by this. I can't wait for this. The question is, come Wednesday, who does this help more? If Punk beats MJF, does that, put MJF down a bit because he lost to the so-proclaimed best in the world? Or when he beat CM Punk in Chicago, this solidifies him being the biggest in the business. His back is turned. He got the belt to his back like the original OG himself, Mike Knoxxx. But Dice, turn back around and answer that question. Dude, like who does this damage more in the loss? Matter of fact, it's AEW. The bell might ring in a time limit draw.
Oh, here we go. I don't think so, though. I think MJF gotta get this one here.
Listen, from a character standpoint, right? MJF needs this, right? From a character standpoint. However, for a career standpoint, CM Punk needs to show that he can still put over younger guys and actually matter. If that makes sense. Right? Like who's the last meaningful person that Punk put over that was up and coming?
Every wrestler he wrestled so far.
No, don't do that. Because
you asked me the question.
No, hold on. What happened? I said meaningful. That bullshit is not meaningful.
Which bullshit?
Just because you in a match with them and they still lose doesn't mean you put them over.
I thought he put Darby Allin over very well, and I think it helped solidify.
You know who put Darby Allin over? You know who put Darby Allin over? The Icon. He's putting him over every time just by being associated with him. So CM Punk is null and void like a contract out this bitch when it comes to that matter. So again, the question remains: what meaningful run has somebody gotten after CM Punk gave them the rub? Boy, almost got up. Boy, you know, I got one get up per show. You know, I got one get up per show, and I already used it. I already used my get up, so I can't get up again.
Yeah, in UFC, of course he was whacking UFC. He wasn't a real fighter. He wouldn't even got a UFC job if he wasn't CM Punk. So that's understandable. I'm not gonna answer the question. I'm gonna answer it, and we don't agree on that one. Executive consultant, chime in there. Do you think CM Punk has put over the younger people? But I think that's what all legends should do, personally, in my opinion. But by putting them over, to put them over is not necessarily for them to win. Beating them in a match doesn't necessarily put you over.
I would say you don't have to win the match. You don't have to win the match in order to put them over.
No,
and I'll reference, in case people think that's not true, the United States Open Challenge in 2015 with John Cena, where he put a lot of people over and he won pretty much every single one of those matches. So, yes, there can be a way. Problem is, Dice is completely right. CM Punk has not done that. CM Punk has just beat him, and then they have not gotten any better off of it. If anything, they might have taken a nosedive. Now, the only person I could say that he kind of did put over is Wardlow, because he got his ass kicked by Wardlow.
He got his ass.
So
and would have lost with his foot to the chest. He would have lost that match.
Correct. Now, MJF, on the other hand, we'll see. I'm not even 100% sure this is really going down on Wednesday. I think that's another way to really draw some heat, because if the match doesn't happen because they beat the hell out of CM Punk or something before the match, it's going to draw a lot of fire from the Chicago fans. So don't be surprised if this match does not happen at all. But MJF, I think at this point, has to be the one to defeat CM Punk. Has to.
Yep. I think he does beat CM Punk. I think him beating him in Chicago will solidify him being the biggest heel of all time. I agree to the point that he hasn't lost to any of them. And only one he actually put over was probably Wardlow. But I'll also go back to saying this as well. Out of everybody, and I mean this, and I'm not stuttering my words when I say this, including Fozzy himself, him battling with CM Punk is bigger than anybody he's wrestled with, and that's MJF, in my opinion. Sting, he's the icon of the past. Yes, he's Sting, but he's supposed to beat Sting. Okay? Him and Jericho went back and forth. That rivalry was great, taking nothing from Jericho at all in that matter. But the moniker, right? Not what I feel, what the belief is that he's the best in the world. People love him. He's this global icon figure for wrestling fans who are anti-WWE. For that group, I shoulder shrug. He's supposed to have win his first match back. I'm sorry. He was supposed to win his first match back, which happened to go against Darby Allin. He was supposed to. He wasn't been there in a while. His next rivalry, should he have beat Eddie Kingston? I don't know. I'm not sure if I can think Kingston should have beat him, but it does solidify the things that Kingston said about him and that promo leading up to that match. Well, it's not about you have these people think it's about you, but you really think about yourself a lot. That showed that. So this is his third matchup, So I think he should lose this match. Jack?
I agree with that. And I think also, too, if MJF beats him at Chicago, the heat. I was just going to say, as you was talking about, trying to...
You get one get up, if I remember correctly, Z. I'm sorry, man, guy. Go ahead.
Hold on, I missed that.
But I was just going to pretty much just say the heat that MJF would be getting, him beating CM Punk there. I do agree that he should get the W there. I mean, I don't watch a whole lot of AEW, and I know that
that's a
Punk
shame.
Tomatoes.
Yeah.
But I just think MJF should get this one. I mean, his last feud, I forget who this last feud was with. Didn't he lose?
He beat Jericho's had three. Not Jericho. Punk has had this is his third rivalry.
No, MJF. I'm saying, did he lose?
No, MJF lost his last match to Jericho. He lost to Jericho, but he beat Sammy Guevara. Right, so technically, MJF won his overall battle against the Inner Circle, the Circle of Inner. He won that battle. They beat him in that match. They beat him in every part that mattered. MJF has been running roughshod over AEW since he's been there. And we saw a comment earlier, right, that mentioned, I think it was Victor, if I'm wrong, I apologize. It said, Roman's PG-13, MJF is PG, ML, whatever it's called, 14. Well, thanks, Captain Obvious. We got two different companies that are putting two different envelopes. There was once upon a time WWF was that 14 rating, right? People forget that. People have to understand, like Dice said in his program, who your kid's going to see, right? Right? And I'm not going to say MJF because I think any age can like him. He's that trend. To me, he's that good. But are your fans going to go see Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns? Or they're going to go to see Orange Cassidy and Adam Cole, baby, who went from being the leader of a whole goddamn community to now being kissed by men, as Chris elegantly put.
Well, not only that, to build off of your point,
I got water.
At the end of the day, right? We talk about fans, right? Still, even though these middle-aged men and women that we are part of this circle, we're not ultimately always the ones buying all of the merchandise because it's mainly the parents for the kids. Mm-hmm. If they take a look at MJF and he says, I'm better than you and you know it, and he calls all types of kids motherfuckers on Twitter, there's no way a parent is going to look at that man and say, and you want this t-shirt from him? They're not going to do it. And that's the difference between WWE and AEW, is because WWE, like, they know, yes, some of this shit is cheesy and it's corny, but it's breaking in dollars. It's raking in dollars. And this is the reason why the New Day is up there as merch movers. This is the reason why somebody who has the corniest catchphrase is still up there with merch moving. And this is the reason why at Rumble, Rumble is the start to see where the merch movers go. And the merch movers are always in the main event. They're always in a high profile match. They're always later in the card. You got the baddest, John?
I had to. I had
fire,
to.
Man.
Remember a couple years ago,
as fuck, but it's fire.
Remember a couple years ago when I lived in Virginia, when I was working with Fox Sports, I was like, "Yo, I'm going to totally get these kids the WC starts at the last minute," and I said, "All I see is Bray Wyatt stuff in the store." And my point was what you just made. That's why I brought it up.
They look at Bray Wyatt as the Fiend, and they'll look at
they're not buying that for their kids. It's
they're not
demonic.
buying that. Yeah,
we may love it. We're adults. We're supposed to love it, but
because
you have to realize that you have two different. It's again. As adults, we love the Joker. As kids, no one was like, "Yo, I'm fucking with the Joker." I don't care what you say. A rare good point.
Hey, be real.
What about your favorite bits of Rumble? We went over that. Drew McIntyre, Ivory, Mickey James. Good points. Hardcore country.
Shout out to Ivory. Shout out to Ivory.
Hardcore country.
What you say there?
Shout out to Ivory looking great at 60.
Listen, I remember my kids 60? Was like, "Who is this?"
60, exactly.
And I was like, I showed them a picture from WrestleMania in New Orleans with Ivory. It's like, "Oh, that's her, Dad. She looks completely different." And then somebody said, "Oh, she's like Karen." Ivory was Karen before there was a Karen. That was the right to censor role. That was her role. You know what I mean? Like, so I love it right here. Facts, two different companies and two different philosophies. And that's where I want wrestling fans to understand. I don't watch, and let me rephrase that because I was going to lie there for a second.
Don't.
I try not to compare what I see in AEW to WWE. I try my best. I really, really do. And then fans will start commenting, like I would say about subliminal things, will come out and then make me go, tilt the scales one way or another. But Wednesday night, this Wednesday, I can't wait to see MJF versus CM Punk because I do want to know if they're going to do what Bobby Lashley did to Brock Lesnar. Again, I wouldn't. This is just me. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I don't think no one thought with any conviction, putting any money on the line here, that Bobby was going to beat Brock Lesnar. I thought it was going to be the other way. I thought Brock would lose, Bobby would get in the Royal Rumble. That's what I thought. I
knew Bobby was winning. I knew Bobby was winning.
Yeah.
I picked Bobby.
Really have
but I didn't pick him to win the title.
Bobby in the Rumble.
I picked him to win the match.
I would really have liked to seen him win that Rumble, so we could have got more build up towards Brock. But obviously, Brock still has unfinished business. Now, the only thing that we need to figure out now on Friday is the why, because he's already beaten Brock. Brock is in his rear view. So was Brock supposed to be in the Rumble all to begin with?
I think so.
Even with the title?
I think so.
Then
I think
it
once
makes
they
sense.
make that, I think once what we saw happened, despite what I hear from
Then
the
he
consultant,
you know
what I mean. I start with what early in the show we began with. And that's what did it say? Cards subject to change. which
Right.
means to
Well, no,
them
no,
at
no, no,
any
no,
given
no.
moment they can change the storyline.
No,
how
I
they
don't
wanna
mean
change
it.
the
I don't
storyline.
mean it from.
I know you
don't
didn't.
mean it
I
from
know
a
you didn't.
show
I know you
standpoint.
didn't.
I mean it from an actual storyline standpoint.
No, I
like,
got you.
was he always going to be in the Rumble, regardless if he was the champ or not?
I think
So
so.
if
I
he
think
was-
they always had that planned.
If he was, then okay, it would have been interesting to see him win and then Bobby get pissed and come in. That way, we now have more months to build up this larger than life, once in a lifetime
But
feud that we've never seen
I don't-
before, except for once.
What was
So,
that?
I
What
thought-
was one in a lifetime? I'm sorry.
No, I mean Brock versus Bobby. Like we've only seen that once. Do you think
that's a real dream match, right? Not like
Yeah,
saying like
that's-
I don't know,
that's
badass Taker
Adam
versus
Cole versus
yeah,
Undertaker.
okay, yeah. What the fuck is that? Okay, but along with I'm sorry. I just think, and I said this to you, Jack, and you're a younger wrestling fan than me, right? And it's always, and people always laugh at the fact of, you know, NWA started me on wrestling, but my heart is with WWE. Well, let me rephrase that, because I don't love them like I used to. Dice to tell you, I didn't bitch and complain like wrestling fans do. Ask Dycez-Man, he's my witness. I stopped doing wrestling for about 6 months when Kofi lost to Brock Lesnar. I knew he was going to lose to Brock Lesnar. I didn't like how he did it.
Talk about
But
it.
I didn't talk about it. It was Friday night. He was like, yo, you watch the Smackdown? I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm done. They ripped my heart out. I'm being honest. I called all along. Let Kofi hold the title until they go to Fox. Brock will win it, whatever. It was the execution. The same way when Big Time Bex beat Bianca. I'm not bitching she beat Bianca. It was how that happened that I bitched about. So I say it to say, I think if whatever side of the spectrum you're on, you should know the program in which you're watching. When I watch AEW, I expect what I get from them. When I watch them, sometimes I feel like all I'm getting is a really good Nitro, right? Hootie hoo! When is Master P coming back? To be honest with you, because that's what I get from.
And
from
AEW. What was that thing he had? It was like him and a bunch of his family members. What was it called? The Soldiers or something like that? I don't know. But carry on.
No Limit Soldiers. See, told you how young he is. You know what I'm saying? How you don't know No Limit Soldier? I mean, I come with my dick in my hand. Like that means a 2-time rapist.
Let me leave with my foot in your ass.
Be cool. You don't know.
But
around here, I'm saying, yo.
I think that's the
What is
problem.
That's the problem
with AEW.
Have
I
a
mean,
drink.
it's cool. It's a cool nostalgic thing, right? But the simple fact of the matter is it must be something with the lighting, the filter of their cameras, something about the way that it looks. It is definitely WCW 2.0.
2.0, WCW.
Like yes, you're a different wrestling company. That's fine. But at the same time, I can't always get excited about it because we've seen this before. Now, when TNA had a 6-sided ring, you actually had something to set yourself apart from, right?
Absolutely.
Like, how long can AEW say we're a pro wrestling company? Eventually, that is going to get it's going to get
so
boring.
glad you said that. Warlow.
It's going to get boring.
I think Warlow's the perfect example. When you see what Warlow did to CM Punk, right? That's not WCW-ish. That's not what AEW has actually shown us. That's some WWE in you, right? And that's the fans. Here's the thing: if WWE did everything that wrestling fans wanted, no one would complain.
They wouldn't be publicly traded. That's for damn sure.
But here's something
that,
else I read.
And that is the thing, right? I can tell you if you got $1,000 in your pocket, right? Your bills is already paid.
Bills paid.
I can tell you what you should do with that $1,000, but only you know what you need to do with that
title of all
$1,000.
time. It's my favorite title of all time. I will own that title one day.
I can't tell WWE fans. They can't tell somebody how to make more money and putting a shitty product out there. Like, they're knowing who the fans are.
Say what you said off air yesterday
supporters
about the fans. It's not, and I say this all the time, but you put it different than I do because people hear things from different ears. The writers put it out there. It's the wrestler's job to fulfill the story.
At what point? I'm glad you said that because I just said it today. At what point, as wrestling fans, are going to stop blaming the company and start blaming the wrestlers? It is not always the writer's fault. I can tell you how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
That don't mean I'm make it right.
I can tell you how to do it.
That don't mean I'm
now
make
it's
it right.
up to you. It's up to you to sauce that bitch up a little bit more.
Yo,
Make that bitch toast.
When your
Make it
son
a triple
starts
layer.
making you sandwiches and you say, hey, son, can I get a peanut butter and jelly? And you realize ain't nothing but the peanut butter in the middle. Like, it's a whole damn square piece of bread. Why you just put the peanut butter and the jelly in the middle? It wasted my bread.
It's and wrestlers have had terrible ideas, and that's a really good point. And I love hearing things.
John Cena, I brought that up because everybody says that one, right? Cena thought the next shouldn't go over, right? Yeah. That's the most arguably one that people know about. And I go back to that time. Listen, I am friends with Ryan Clark and from E Wrestling News. I'm friends with Alfred from Bleacher Reports and Sports Illustrated. I know these guys. I still tell them hashtag depth to dirt sheets. At some point, you finding out, you guys actually wanted to know that Hall and Nash was coming to be the NWO. You wanted to know. You wanted to. I'm sorry. Tell me one
bad guy. Well, you late with it.
I know.
All right. You got to put it up slow. Just the nut. No.
It's like a nut. Take your time. Don't rush it. It's got to be slow. Some of y'all be too fast, but bam, there it is. Then you wonder why.
First of all, that's a terrible idea. Jericho wanted Ryback to break the Undertaker streak. That's a terrible idea. The person that broke the Undertaker streak was the person who was supposed to break the Undertaker streak, and that's Brock Lesnar.
You know, I've said it. Who else could take that heat other than Brock? No one.
We want to see Brock. You want to see Brock in the airport? Hey, Brock, fuck you for Undertaker streak. Hell, you're not gonna say that to that man. You're like, hey, Brock, good job, man. Like,
you'll say that you're getting on the airplane.
Yeah, as you're leaving.
Already in the air.
This is Vicky Guerrero, and you're listening to the Soul and Sports with Mike Knoxxx and the crew. Orale!
Eddie Guerrero checking. That's Vicky. You know,
that's my first celebrity interview right there.
You know what? I'm gonna piss people off with this one, Dice.
Oh.
Hey everybody, this is Bruce Pritchard. Some people know me as Brother Love, but forget about that right now because you know who you're listening to? You're listening to Mike Knoxxx with the BDSIR Radio Network.
I didn't pay for that either, by the way. I just want y'all to know that. You guys out here paying for show drops. If they got in the first place,
we got about 23 minutes left. We got about 23 minutes left. So
I can call Gang Grill on the phone. I can call Salvio Vega on the phone.
Mike. What's next?
Don't.
We have 23 minutes.
We got 23 minutes to say this. Okay. All right. So
I love the maniac laugh. That was hilarious. Carry on.
Okay. Well, Mackie, hold on. Which you laugh that you like? You like that one? Oh no, I'm sorry. You like this one?
Hey everybody, this is
not that one. You like this one?
Oh my God! What
Jesus? What happened here? Come on now.
Let me look.
He did it. He threw me off my rocker. I was rolling. I was rocking.
Focus
with Rolling Rock and everything.
Focus.
Listen. All right. So Raw tonight. Raw's gonna happen. All right. Let's get this out the way.
Sure.
Because I want to end with SmackDown vs. Raw top 5 games. Raw tonight, SmackDown. Let's look ahead to WrestleMania. Now we talked about it. We talked about what we didn't like from Rumble. What actually do you think is going to happen? Better yet, what do you want to see happen tonight?
They've already confirmed that that Lashley, WWE sent us out. Lashley,
we got that right.
Defending in the chamber. So, who are 5 viable opponents to be in this chamber?
Yeah, prepare to see the graphics and the pause for applause or boos coming on the screen by Adam Pearce and Twain DeVille tonight.
I would think that
I'm sorry, that's
AJ
funny.
Would be there. I think that I would think that AJ Styles will be there.
I think AJ. Come here, hold on. As you go, yay or nay. All right. I say yay to AJ.
Yay.
Okay. Did you say yay or nay, executive consultant? I saw a facial expression.
Yeah, I'll say yay. It makes sense.
Okay, yay. Orton, you said next.
Yep, Orton.
I'm gonna say yay to Orton.
Yay.
Nay.
You say nay to Orton. Okay. That means nay to Matt Riddle then.
No.
I think they go ahead.
I would say yay to Matt Riddle.
I think both of them go in.
I think both of them go in too, and it starts.
If we're gonna get that, yeah, exactly.
I think one go in and start to split.
I like that, George. Thank you. And thank you guys chiming in on the chat as well. I like that. That's the shit we talk about. Interaction. God damn it. Okay, who you got, Dice?
Big E. Well, no, he's a SmackDown guy now. They
Yeah,
officially
he is.
moved
They
him to
officially
Yeah,
made him
because he didn't have the
SmackDown.
belt.
So would there be 2 elimination chambers, or will there be 1 elimination chamber?
It's only gonna be
technically,
one.
Years
It's only gonna be
past,
one,
there's been
but
2, but I
it's-
think it's going to be 1.
It's only going to be one because they already have what they're doing with the Universal Championship. I don't think they're going to do it. Roman, I don't think wants to defend it in the
I don't think he goes to fucking Judah. To be honest,
Him and
Probably
Brock.
not.
But he
Him,
did
him and
before.
Brock. Him and Brock. Him and Brock.
Right.
you think
I
that he
think
does
they'll-
go to Judah?
Jeddah.
I don't
And-
think he-
Jeddah.
Jeddah. And yes, he does.
Fuck, I call
Right?
it Judah.
But I don't. The second elimination chamber match should actually be a women's match, and they want to be progressive. They can get that in there.
Yep.
Because they didn't have one last year though.
I know, but in Saudi Arabia, it's bad enough they're wearing t-shirts and long pants. I don't think you see that in
Why not?
How that? No, I'm shocked when I see
like-
them over there. When I see them over there, period. So
There's
to
something
see them
about
in-
women violence is
yeah,
really
it's like that's like looked upon as not right over there.
yeah.
So
I mean, I
that's why I
don't
don't see
know.
that
I'm
happen.
guessing, but
But they've had
Oh.
matches now. And
I know they've
they've
had
had
matches.
They're doing
They've
but
had
not
regular
something as
match.
They went
barbaric
from not having
as
women
the
over there
Elimination
at
Chamber.
all. They went from
Mm-hmm.
not having women over there at all to having a woman on commentary to now the women can go over there and not have to wear masks. Them having a match, them having a triple threat match for the women's championship. They're doing more and more. This is
Okay.
another step forward.
Okay. So no Big E in that.
Seth-
So this is
No.
It would not be
So
big.
Rollins,
Seth Rollins and McIntyre. I say yay to both of them.
False.
And
McIntyre,
McIntyre,
SmackDown.
SmackDown.
SmackDown. He's
Oh
SmackDown.
shit, McIntyre SmackDown. Okay, so Seth
Um,
Rollins, yes,
I think Edge finds his way.
Edge, and that's
into
it.
That's
Edge is
4.
interesting.
I'm going to
because
say
what-
something that's probably going to annoy everybody.
Go for
One
it.
of your people that you have mentioned is not going to be on there. I'm not talking about the 2 that Mike tried to put in there who work on SmackDown. But Austin Theory is probably going to be in this match.
I was just about to say that was going to be my 5th one. That was going to be my 5th one.
Okay, me and
I
Dice had
think
this
that
thing. We
Vince. I
copied.
think that Vince either rewards him for
Better
a
case to do.
strong
He's not in
showing.
it. I mean, subliminally, I bet you a 2-liter soda. So I
don't
bet you
think
the
so.
first
I
drink in
don't
the air.
think so.
Matter of fact, I bet
I
you the
don't
first
think so.
drink in the airport on our way to Mania that Austin Theory is not in the chamber. But I'm not gonna make that bet. That's a stupid bet because Vince. always
Yeah,
puts
because
somebody
I
dumb in there.
was prepared to drink.
That's a dumbass bet I almost made. I'm glad I caught myself. Goddamn liquor. Go ahead.
Now, and I want to do an impromptu question.
Those are fun.
It regarding Austin Theory, right?
He just fed up
If
in
it
there.
wasn't for the segments with Vince,
Mhm.
do you think that fans would actually really like him? I think that he has star capabilities. I don't think that he's going to be the guy or he has potential to be the guy, but
Right.
he has potential to be a guy.
I think the
I
stuff
just-
with him and Vince. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you got it first. Go, brother.
Okay, I think the stuff with him and Vince have helped him out a lot, but I do feel like he did have. So when he went back to NXT and he was doing the stuff with Gargano and stuff, and it was showing that he could be a character. He can. There was more. He was more than a wrestler because, right? That's the thing with wrestling. Like, yeah, cool, you can do all these moves, but do you have any character development? Can you speak? Can you do any of that stuff? I do think that he had potential, but the stuff with Vince McMahon does help him out.
I'm gonna go with George here.
Completely forgot about. Yep,
I'm a
completely forgot
Finn
about
Balor
Finn.
guy, which was not in the Rumble.
Oh.
Cesaro
So
was
it's
not in
Finn,
the
so
Rumble.
it's Finn or Austin, and
I
I'm
don't
going to
think-
go with Finn. But I think that
No,
Vince is going to sneak. He's going to sneak Theory in there.
I think, as much as I hate to say this, it pains me to say this.
Don't you say
Finn
that
Balor
Finn
needs to
is
go back to
buried.
NXT because that's where he belongs right now. Vince does not see nothing in him. It's not that I don't see nothing in him. I don't think Vince sees anything
So
in
you
him
feel
anymore.
like you feel like he wastes his time coming back to the main roster.
Well, of course, we said that a while ago on SmackDown. Executive consultant talked about that, and ever since I went to NXT with Chris here, and then we saw
I've heard of him.
Karrion, put him up slowly, don't bust early. Karrion Kross, and he was screaming at the fans, and fans were getting so mad at Chris. It was so exciting. And he was like, "Look at this guy, he's puny. Can you see him?" Like, I look at certain people against who their superstars are, like their number one guys, and Balor doesn't compare to Balor in a ring with Brock. Yes, Shay, I saw your little view at the paper at Royal Rumble. Okay, he got some hits off, but Finn versus Brock is a total mismatch.
Mhm.
He's a fucking toothpick to Brock Lesnar.
You but you know what? And as intelligent wrestling fans that we are, right?
Thank you.
It's just not his time. He
don't
doesn't
think
have
it's-
the steam.
I don't think the
I
time
don't
frame is
like-
anywhere. Well, why was he in the
But
Rumble?
all right, so let's think about this. Let's think about this. When when it's hot, it's hot. You got to put that shit on the skillet and go, right? Yeah, he's got a cool fucking theme song. He's got a cool theme song. That's fine. He doesn't do it. He
Shinsuke got a cool theme song.
Hold up, time out. But is Shinsuke over? He is not. I don't give a
The theme song's over for Shinsuke. You're
the
right.
theme song is over, but his storylines, his matches are not over. Finn's storylines, matches right now, they're not over, and that's okay. There's been times where guys like Edge have not been the top guy, even though they're regarded as top guys. Orton hasn't been a top guy, even though he's a top guy. It's okay. He just has to come out with something creative with the writers that's going to get him the more of the spotlight. It's okay. Like, remember when Bobby Lashley was just trying to form the Hurt Business? We know that Bobby Lashley's fucking main event status. We know that. But he was subjected to mid-card after mid-card after mid-card until he got his niche with the Hurt Business, until it finally clicked. Something with Finn has to click, and it's not there yet.
Let me ask you, right? Because I'm a fan, so I don't count. No, what has to click? Like, what's the clicking? I don't like. Is that a fan? Because fans, you said the interest, right? You mentioned Shinsuke in there. I'm there. Fans, right? They're there. Fans want Finn. I think it's his size, and I think he's injury prone, and that doesn't help him. I think Vince said, okay, when Triple H had a little bit more power with the main roster guys coming up, they were pushing Finn, and Finn getting injured not once, but twice, relatively quickly on the main roster. I think that held him back more than anything.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't see Finn as a super main eventer either. Or how many tickets are you gonna sell outside of that theme music?
Oh my goodness.
Seriously. Like, I mean, it was meant to be funny, but it wasn't meant to be funny. But like, how many tickets are you going to sell showing
I think Kevin Owens is in there as
Finn
well.
Balor? I think that okay, I disagree with you, Derek, saying that just because he's over, like wrestlers that are almost in their 40s or in their 40s, that's
when they hit their prime. That's the prime in wrestling. That's the prime in wrestling.
That is the prime. So we got to stop thinking that, once you pass 35, you're now about to put
this
over
ain't the NFL.
talent.
This ain't Brandon Brooks retiring from the Eagles as a right tackle.
If you look,
son of a bitch.
It is very rare that after 20, like before 25, that wrestlers really hit that stride. It's very rare, right? We've seen Rock, we've seen Brock, we've seen Orton. We've seen those guys, but they really don't hit their prime. It's like NBA. You really don't hit your prime to where like you in unstoppable God mode until you in your fucking like early 30s,
I like
mid 30s. But then like
sometimes I know where we are in the show and I get the clip. Say God mode.
God mode.
Damn it, that shit makes me feel like my wife about to get
powerful. Oh God. But
they hate when I talk about
wrestling. In wrestling, they mainly hit their prime around 32 to 36. Roman's right there. Seth's right there. I mean, Finn's like what, 37 maybe?
Here's my thing, Scott.
He's 40.
I think
so
Scott,
he is 40. Okay.
I think
AJ Styles is 44.
Yeah.
Right.
So Scott Thomas's point is
But at the same
awesome.
time, Brock Lesnar's 45, Bobby Lashley's 45, Brock Lesnar's 44.
It's not that WWE ain't
Randy
gonna do
Orton is
what we
41.
want.
Miz is 41. Dolph Ziggler is 41.
Listen, Mike wakes up horny.
When you're a 40-year-old mid-carder, yes, your job is to put that fucking talent over. But when you are a main eventer and you are in 40, you are still up there. You are still fine. It is okay. Like 40 is not old. 40 isn't old. It's not an old age. God damn it, I got like 6 years left. Shit, I can't say that it's old. I ain't got it in me. But
so what do you want to see happen tonight, Dice on Raw?
You know what? I just want entertainment. I want to see more of this Alexa storyline.
So you're telling me you would be down to buy a shirt where it says "Around the Blocks, Mike Knoxxx"? I just don't care.
I can get that made. I got a merch store on Streamlabs. I got that. I can get that made.
Okay, then plug that Streamlabs store.
Actually, no, I'm gonna plug my channel right now.
God damn it.
Everybody. Today is Mortal Kombat Monday. I'll be streaming some Mortal Kombat.
Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm not that drunk.
like everybody.
My ass at Mortal Kombat. That's
I'm not
fair.
asking y'all to. Okay,
That's not
well,
fair.
all right. Well, you know what? We need our tiebreaker out of on 2K. So,
Why
so
can't
if
you
y'all
play
want to see me,
Injustice? Why got
so
a
if y'all
chance?
want to see, okay, on Injustice, you can get that Queen card in your
Fuck
life.
Carr.
Listen,
Everybody knows your man stronger.
everybody, listen. If you're not following the Z is Solid, hit that follow button on my gaming page. Watch me versus Mike. Watch me versus Mike, and watch me karate-size his ass on the video game,
It don't
just like I
count
do
when I'm
on this
tipsy.
show every Monday.
Well, we all know that's
I
probably
started
like
this shit.
you beat me in games, yes, but you don't beat me on this show because I am the
Karate-
motherfucking
I
Osiris of this
karate-size you.
shit, nigga.
Hold up, the only fan that you got is Charmaine. After that, they all crumble. They all bow down to the almightiest of the almightiest, and that's the almighty Dycez-Man.
I'm sorry, I got way more fans than that. I'm sorry. You know why I know I have more fans than
I
that?
don't, you know
why I know I have?
hold
Hold on.
on.
You know why I got more fans
Hold
than
up,
that?
hold up, hold up,
Because
hold
you're a
up.
fucking fan.
I was a fan. Now I surpassed you. You have to now bow down to somebody greater than you because I think like you. I'm annoying like you. I am the shit. Billy, yeah, you need to take Billy. You need to take Billy. Billy,
First
you
of all,
can't challenge me.
That's
You
disrespectful
can't
as fuck
challenge
because
me.
y'all all beat Billy's ass. So Billy, you
Y'all
beat
can't
me.
challenge me.
But
Not no
Billy
Street
beat
Fighter,
me does
not
nothing.
Mortal Kombat.
But Billy beating me
Injustice,
does nothing. I
Hopscotch,
don't play that.
tic-tac-toe.
I don't play that. I don't play that. I bring in my kids to whoop old people like you. My son will bust your ass.
You send them because I teach life
My
lessons on
son
the side
will
too.
bust your ass.
I teach life lessons on the side too.
Okay.
Speaking of video
My
games,
kids whooping
we
ass.
got a top 5. We got a top 5 of the best Raw versus Smackdown games.
And that's how we finish it. What you got? I already know what mine is. It ain't even
All
close.
right.
It ain't even close.
Number 5.
It ain't even
Number
close.
5, I'm going with Smackdown.
2006, number 1.
11. I'm going with 2011 for number 5.
I'm gonna say 2K19. I think it's kind of overrated, but it's what we had last to go off of, and people just go with 2K19. And let me just say this also: WWE 2K or not WWE 2K.
Oh, I didn't know.
Because every year you fucking
putting the 2K versions in here. I
you
thought
put.
we was literally doing SmackDown.
Oh, you said
versus Raw.
SmackDown versus Raw. I apologize. You're right. I 100% apologize. So you said
Okay.
11, right? You're right. You're wrong. I mean, I was
2011.
wrong.
And that's only because the roster was a little bit underwhelming.
So I said the roster was ass in that game.
Yeah, the roster was
11.
underwhelming, and that's what turned it off for me.
What you got in this one, Chris? You've been quiet too damn long. I'm confused.
I mean, y'all here
you've been
talking
too
about
quiet.
Injustice and Mortal Kombat. I don't play either one of those games, though. I just left the OG.
Hell, I'll fire on the PS4 and play Virtua Fighter 5.
Right, just to whoop your ass.
See, I tried to get
fire
into
on
that. That was so
PS4, but if
hard.
you're gonna fire on the PS4, play me a game I play. I don't play Virtual Fighter. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, if I play you in 5 matches, I'll probably beat you on the 6th one, and then you'll end up, crying and turning the game off and go coddling your son or something. But that's you. Now, in the meantime, I want to talk about SmackDown versus Raw 2010. It's going to be my number 5.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh.
Jack.
Oh, I am Jack.
Yeah.
Not the beverage, but what's gonna
You
be
ain't got
my...
you ain't got no pictures, Mike. Come on, man.
I wasn't supposed to be here, remember?
No, but you should have been gathering this shit, man.
So,
Okay, I'm sorry.
so when we're doing this, we're doing 2K, right? We're doing...
Yes, 2K. God damn it.
Copy.
No,
sir.
SmackDown versus Raw, not
SmackDown versus Raw.
Damn, happy Mike, if you're not gonna get the shit right. Hey, that worked. 2K. Damn.
What just happened? I'm so lost. You all had 7 minutes. All right, 7
I
minutes.
got lost.
Damn, I wasn't prepared for this, but 2K. I'm going to start my number 5 with I'm going to go with 2K14. That was a fun game. They had the whole WrestleMania theme
It's
going
just
on.
SmackDown versus Raw. We're not doing 2K.
we said.
Oh,
we
we're just
said
doing SmackDown.
versus
Okay.
Raw.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with number 5 being SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, and for me because I love wrestling games and I love the customization. This gave you a lot of free range on that. You could create a finisher. You can make custom. You can make a character and have 4 costumes. It kind of brought back that old. Well, not gameplay wise, but like in the No Mercy games where you can have 4 costumes for your character. I thought that was a cool thing.
No, I like 10.
Yes,
I like
that.
the 11 more, and I like the Dice put that at 5. For me, I would
I
put
didn't,
11
Scott.
at 4, and I will put this at 5 because this started that whole featuring ECW stuff. But 11 allowed me to
No,
stack the tables.
That was 2007.
That was 7.
That's
God damn
2007.
it. This is why I don't drink on air.
I had that on the last.
I like when you drink.
We
You should
told
just
you to
do
get
that.
a bottle of water.
I got water, but I've been drinking.
Honestly
since
speaking,
9
I
a.m.
just think SmackDown versus Raw all the way to 2Ks. We should have just did the whole thing. Just remembering.
We got like what 5 weeks until 2K22. I gotta stretch this out. We do.
My God.
Yeah, we gotta stretch this out.
What do you
We
guys
should have
think
did
before?
one a week. Is what we should have did.
We did that.
We
But
try to
how
cram-
you don't put
we
how?
try to cram all four of us have all
this
5
game
of
was
these
all
shits.
that though. Like 2010 was dope.
It was fun.
It was pretty
12
good.
You know what? I'm
Yeah,
just gonna be that guy. All of them were the same to me, right? It was like Madden. All of them were the same to me. I went in there. I said, "Oh, look! Instead of left, you have to go right." I adjusted. I kicked some ass. That's what I did, right? That's what I did. So whether it was SmackDown versus Raw 2005, whether it's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whether it started going to WWE 2K, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Well, when you get a real system,
Matt Riddle himself.
when you get a
He got
real
his
system,
character.
come talk
I
to
got
us.
your tribal chief.
When you get a real system, come talk to us.
When you start making real sense, then you talk to me.
What real sense is
I
that?
got the tribal chief. He got himself. I kicked his
What
ass.
sense is
That's
that?
what I do.
What
I will
sense
go
is
over
that?
your house. I will go over your house, right?
Please.
I will beat you in the game, and then I'll
Doubt
have you
it.
buy me dinner
I
because you
doubt
wasted
it.
my time having
I
me
doubt
drive
it.
all the way.
I
up
wouldn't
your
play
damn-
you. My kids whoop your ass. I already know
You're-
I bow
you
out
know
at.
what? You know
I
what?
bow out. I'm
I will
not
beat
claiming
you.
I'm the
I will beat
greatest.
your kids'
I'm not
ass.
afraid to
They'll
say
go-
that.
they'll
I'm
go
not
run
the
into
greatest.
God. They'll go
My
run
kids
into
will
daddy,
beat your ass.
and then they're gonna be
Since
so
I gotta
embarrassed.
reel it back in.
And they're
No,
going to be
no.
so embarrassed that I
Please
kicked their
bring it back
daddy's
in.
ass so bad, they're going to change all their
We
last
got
name. It ain't
4
going to be
minutes.
Knox. It's going to be Harris. That's why I'm going to let
Hey,
you know.
can,
Right?
hey,
They
can
ain't going to
Z
be Kid
talk?
Knox
Can Z
1, Kid
talk?
Knox
Can
2.
Z talk?
We
have
got
his
4
friend?
minutes.
Z
Y'all
was
on
over
a
here
short
talking at
time. We
Waka
got
Flocka
4
too.
minutes.
Who?
We got 4 minutes.
I'm
No,
no
four.
mute.
Z, take the floor.
No,
Take
you
the
mean-
floor. Take the
Number
floor.
Number
Take
4.
the floor.
Number 4. I'm gonna go with the original SmackDown versus Raw from 2004, in which this was the first
I'm
game
driving
that
like-
actually turned the corner for the SmackDown series.
It changed
so
everything,
it was
yep.
SmackDown Know Your Role, SmackDown Just Bring
Just
It,
Bring
and
It.
then Here Comes the Pain, and then it was where do we go after this?
All titles of
All right, we're gonna do SmackDown versus Raw. So that's my number 4. As these two laughing hyenas.
Here comes the
I know,
pain.
right?
Just bring it.
We had an assignment, and then these guys are just like, what the fuck, guys?
I just say he was naming all Mike Knox's diss tracks that's about to happen.
What is happening here?
What is he saying? I can't hear you. What are you saying?
I think for number 4 for me, I'm just.
No,
I'm
your
gonna
number
go-
4 is up.
Here comes the pain.
We're on a short time limit. We now got 3 minutes because we just wasted 45 seconds watching
You
y'all
can
laugh.
get the smoke too, Z is silent. You can get the smoke too. That's all
I'm
I'm
with
saying.
everything. Don't come for me
Hey,
unless
you
I
need to
send
get
for
the
you.
you need to get the finest internet and stream for your ass whooping. That's what you need to do.
Oh, we already got it. We good. We good over here. We don't drop. We don't
Yeah.
drop.
That must be
You
our
want
top
me to
connection.
get
I got Spectrum.
I love no one, Mike. We have Spectrum. Like, I just love that. That's just his go-to.
No, honestly, I have Spectrum, and I still be the lady. we watching a Royal Rumble. I'm mad as hell. I'm watching the cock, and they're watching the cock. And as I watch the cock, I'm like behind a whole minute, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's cool.
damn, I can't even
Who's
catch up to
watching
y'all
the
because
cock?
my cock is slower.
Notice there was no pause there. Can we please get your number 4 so we can get the hell up out of here? Because we're not going to make it 7:30.
I would go 2K 6. I mean, shit. You fucking me up right now, brother.
No, that was
Nobody even said anything.
that-
man.
That'll be the
was you.
shot 1, shot 2, shot 3. Pick one. These are the things that fucking you up, bro.
Well, first of all, I meant to say thank you. 2008 was another one of my games I loved the most. Taker, Cena, Lashley on the cover. When it comes to the 2K games and how they came about, I'm just a big fan in general. Like I said, them bringing the tables out, lighting the tables on fire. And to be honest, until this segment, I want to give it more legs next week. All right, I want to give it more legs next week to talk about this, to get that out. So comment below, let us know what your top 5 SmackDown versus Raw games was. And no, Billy, I don't have to pause because I love. No, I like watching Pete. Don't do that.
You're the one that said it. We all heard you. It's right there. Rewind it.
I never said I love the cock. I said I like the cock.
You
network.
you said you was watching the cock. What
I
you
was
watching?
back.
the
I
cock
said I
doing?
was watching the
That's
cock.
between you and Jesus.
Okay, and Jesus know what I mean. You inappropriate minds of yours. Okay, as Jack gets ready to leave.
Number 4.
Yes. So number 4, Jack, real fast. Who you got?
What was I going to say?
And 2K, what I said was my third. I gave my 4th, which was 10. I gave 11 number 5. So I had jumped ahead. I apologize.
Number 4. I said. I was going to say. What was that game? Shut Your Mouth. I like that you could go backstage, and it was kind of a wonky game too. So in SmackDown, one of the things me and my friends would do, we'll play was like hardcore. There was like you would go for the hardcore title or whatnot, and if you pinned the person, there was a champion. But you could fight backstage, you could fight in the city, you could throw someone in the car, and it would fucking explode like on some Michael Bay shit. So I got to go with SmackDown. Shut Your Mouth.
Well, that wasn't SmackDown versus Raw, but I let that pass.
It was.
Okay.
If you look at the history of SmackDown games, they consider that the same thing because it's still THQ.
Okay, let me shut the fuck up. This is my number 2. I thought they were.
Everyone keeps saying I missed the assignment, but I'm not being corrected. Why do you keep saying that?
Okay, Chris,
right.
what's your number 3?
I never said my number 4.
Okay, give me your 4 and 3. Give me your
4 and 3.
All right, so SVR 2011 is my 4. And SVR 2006, I'm sorry, 9 is my number 3.
Number 3, okay. What do you like about number 9?
Very underrated.
2009 was just really good, and I mean, but like I said, they're all the same. I whoop ass, so
we're gonna put it to the test, boy.
Okay, and I want you to admit on air that you lost to me.
Oh, we gonna play it on air. I'm gonna have that thing streamed.
Okay, don't delete it after.
I don't delete.
I'll you know what? And I'm trying to rub.
That's my biggest pet peeve.
Did you ever watch Brock Lesnar versus Kofi Kingston SmackDown 2019 premiere episode?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because Mike.
Do you know how to say Kofi Kingston? Do you know how to say Kofi Kingston? Do you know how to say it when you look at yourself in the mirror? Do you know how to say that?
The heavy breathing.
Are you trying to refer to yourself as Brock Lesnar? I'm going to be Kofi Kingston. Is this
Here comes the pain. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh.
So what are we doing here? 3 and 2, right? 3 and 2 for the list.
Yeah, go ahead, bad guy. 3 and 2. What you got?
3 and 2.
Mike Knoxxx wants to go be a manager to Nyla Rose.
I'm gonna go with number 3, SmackDown versus Raw 2000. I was gonna put that as number 1 because that was a game I really played a lot. But no, yeah, I'm gonna go with that as number 3 and number 2, SmackDown 2 because it's nostalgic for me. I mean, to me that was like my first SmackDown game. I don't think I played SmackDown 1 first. I played that first, so I'm gonna go with that for my number 2.
Well, as I already put for my number 2, it's this: the original SmackDown versus Raw. What you laughing at?
I love how upset Mike looks. Like,
no, I didn't like that damn comment.
Yeah, I did it on purpose. SmackDown versus Raw 2005 is mine too.
Three and 2 are for me.
Give me 3, 2, 1.
God damn it!
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with 2008, 2009, and 2006. 2006 is the greatest SmackDown versus Raw, in my opinion.
And I had a fun story mode. I gotta sit here and say that game was fun. I had a really cool, dope ass story mode.
So next week, we will do top 5 WWE 2K wrestling games on our road to WWE 2K22, in which Big E got his reveal and he's an 87. Okay.
Wow, that was such a letdown.
I thought he was going to be like an 89.
I did too. You see, Alexa Bliss was an 85.
When they made the game, what was Big E doing?
Good point. Also,
this is true. True, but he just held a chip. So,
but you know what?
Right,
looking at this game,
you know what? They need to treat WWE 2K like they treat 2K in the NBA. Like, give them rating
upgrades.
Boosts. Like, yeah, give them boosts. Like, you do this shit all through the fucking year for NBA.
Yeah,
But
those
you
Muppets,
can't
they
do
are
shit for
accurate to
wrestling?
what they're doing. And I have that same.
That's a great idea.
Looking
Yeah,
at this game, literally just yesterday, I was thinking like, I'm slightly disappointed as excited as I am because we went 2 years without it. It's you look at Riddle, it's old Riddle clothes. You look at the man Becky Lynch, she's not the man anymore. She's big time Bex. It's things like that that are that I'm worried about that it won't be an update for. And I think that's very legitimate as a fan to have. But I'm also with you, Dyce. In 2006, that's my favorite one. Was 2006 Raw versus SmackDown.
Great.
Two of the best of all time to ever do it. Batista and John Cena on the cover of that game, coming into their own at that time. I thought it was amazing and awesome in itself. Yours, Bad Guy Jack and the Executive Consultant after him.
Here come the pain for number one. Oh, that's it. I don't have any other further things.
2007.
I tried to keep that. I tried to keep the other ones out of that. But yeah, I would. If I would have to put them in there, Here Comes the Pain is probably my top 3 greatest of all time.
2007 is my number one by far. 2007 was just fun. I used to play that for hours. I was ranked, beat everybody's ass, just like I did in 8, 9, 10, 11,
he's saying
12,
it like he's
13.
Al Bundy. Once upon a time, I was ranked 21 in Madden too. That don't mean shit today.
I was ranked in 2019 also.
That don't mean shit today.
There's
Being
no
ranked on PlayStation don't mean you ranked. That just means you're ranked on PlayStation.
Well,
We already know the big boys. The
I
big
would
boys
beat
come to Xbox.
anybody's ass in WWE.
The big boys come to Xbox.
It was on Xbox. I didn't get a PlayStation until I moved down here 4 years ago.
Oh hell, Elvis is in the building.
And that's our cue to go.
With that being said, guys, listen, we love you. We thank you for tuning in to Around the Blocks here on
One
Unpopular
last
Review.
time. Throw 'em up.
Rest in peace, Mama Knoxxx. And listen, guys, do us all a favor. Do not wake up tomorrow morning and say to yourself, I love me some me and don't love God. We out of here, y'all. Fingers.
Everybody's got a price. Everybody's gonna pay. But the $1 million man always gets his way. $1 million
Yeah. It's like the illest posse cut right here, man. Sean Watts on the track. Zeus, Don One, Rude Boy, Quill, The Gift, and yours truly, Fred Knoxxx. I'm 1 in a million with $1 million flow. Fred DiBiase got the power in it though. If it's a problem, let me know, or I suggest you let it go. Cause it ain't worth the problems that'll be knocking at your door, homie. Please don't make me hurt you. Disrespect the boss, ain't treated like